Hello, everyone. Um, First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who has been voting for me for the Next Runway Star Contest. It really means a lot. I have fantastic news. I am now in the top two, so the competition for me continues. The next round of competition ends on ends on Friday, August 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm looking forward to it. So, just coming on here on social media to ask everyone to keep voting. You can vote for free and you can vote once a day, once every 24 hours. So, keep voting and keep supporting. I really appreciate it. This morning, I applied for another job, and it was a job that I really wanted, and I didn't get the job. So I'm under the weather this morning. But as far as the contest is concerned, um, I am truly grateful to everyone who has been voting for me. I really hope that I win, and I really hope that I get to attend New York's Fashion Week. I've never attended New York's Fashion Week. It's very hard to get in. And so I'm really hoping that I get in. As far as votes are concerned, like I said, voting is free. However, you can buy votes. And if you buy votes, the money goes towards charity that supports victims of sexual violence. So I haven't been talking about the paid votes up until now. And I decided, now is a good time to talk about it. But that also is, dear to my heart because, as I mentioned in my biography when I put it in for the contest, I used to work for the local city government. And I used to work at a welfare office, putting in paperwork, putting in applications. And every now and then I did get a client who was a victim of domestic violence. I once had a client, uh, she moved from Ohio to New York City to run away from an abusive husband with her two sons. I remember that, I don't remember every client that I've had, but there's a couple of them that I have remembered to this day. And so she was there applying for public assistance because she was in a shelter for domestic violence victims. And during my years at the welfare office, um, I ended up celebrating a day called Denim Day. And what Denim Day takes place, if I remember correctly, the last Wednesday of April. And on that day, we celebrate victims of sexual violence, victims of domestic violence. And it's a day of remembrance. It's also a day of protesting against violence against women. And it's not a holiday that's on the calendar. It's not a holiday that people talk about. And so I didn't know about this holiday until I started working for the local city government. And once I heard about the holiday, I was on board. And so the tradition is that every Denim Day we wear jeans in solidarity of victims of sexual violence, domestic violence. And so I have been celebrating Denim Day every year. But also, while I was working at the welfare office, I'm also a self-published writer, as I mentioned in my bio. And so I have written a novel, I have written a play, I plan to write more plays, I plan to write more novels. And so one of the plays that I'm working on for the past couple of years, it's called Denim Day. And it's about a woman who is visited by the ghosts of victims of sexual violence over the history of the past 2,000 years. So it's a very interesting story. It's hard to describe at this point, but I've been working on that play now for a number of years, and it was inspired by Denim Day. So if you would like to buy votes to support this charity that supports victims of sexual violence, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, again, voting is free and you can vote every single day. So take care, everybody, and God bless.